So this is the first video for workshop 3. You can choose to start at the beginning with the first video, and you can move through and watch the videos in order. Or if there was something that you felt you really want to focus on from workshop 3, then you can just pick that video. So this first workshop is going to just go over the 3 basic truths about life. If you remember, I asked you during the training to think about the worst thing that's ever happened to you or the most embarrassing thing. If you're like me, you probably have hopefully forgotten the most embarrassing thing. But whatever has happened to you in the past that still sticks with you, no matter how angry you get about it, no matter how frustrated you feel, or if you feel shame about something that happened in the past, there is nothing you can do right now except just move on. Acceptance is a great feeling to have when it comes to things that have happened in the past, particularly if it's something very upsetting. But basically, you just need to put all that energy that you're wasting on worrying about the past, thinking about the past, and use that energy to move your life forward. Because there's nothing that you can do right now that is going to change the past. Particularly if someone has done something to hurt you, you just have to try and get acceptance and move on. Again, the example that I used in the workshop, which I think is very good, is my kids. My kids will have a huge fight. My son forgets all about it and goes and plays Xbox, while my daughter's upset in floods of tears and very, very emotional about it. And basically, she's wasting a ton of emotion worrying about an argument that they just had that my son couldn't care less about. So it's the same if someone does something to upset you. They're probably just getting on with their life, and you're the one who's investing so much energy and thoughts and feelings in worrying about something that you can't change. So if it's work related, figure out what went wrong and how you can make sure that the issue doesn't happen again. Learn from it. One of my favorite sayings is fail forward. You're going to fail at things. The bigger your goals, the more you try, the more you're going to fail. But if you fail forward, which means you pick yourself up, you learn from that failure and don't repeat it if possible, but you become stronger and more motivated because of that failure, then that's failing forward and you've learned something valuable. So that is basic truth number 1. You cannot change the past. Basic truth number 2 is no matter who you are, no matter what job you have, no matter how much money you have, life is still 50-50, good and bad. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Oprah, anybody famous who has lots of money, you could think their life is great, but it's still 50-50. If you look particularly at Disney stars, when they grow up, they've had fame, they've had money, they've had people giving them this amazing lifestyle, and then they always go off the rails because fame and money and all those things that you would like in your life maybe don't necessarily make you happy. They do 50% of the time, and money will always solve money issues, but it doesn't make you happy all of the time. You just have bigger problems or different problems. Or as one of my friends used to say, new level, new devil. If you get a promotion, some things will be better, but still some things are going to be bad or not as much fun. 50-50, good and bad. And then the third basic truth is that all you can control in life is yourself. And often, because of things that other people do that affect our lives, the only thing that you can actually control is your response to something that happens. And the more positive you can be, or if you can't be positive, be accepting. But the more you can think positive thoughts and see something productive from a situation or a circumstance, the better the result that you're going to get. Because ultimately, all you have is control over your thoughts. And after the first workshop, now that you know the concept of the primitive brain, sometimes it feels like you really don't have very much control over your thoughts. But really, that is the only thing that you can control. So, to summarize your 3 basic truths: accept that you cannot change the past, learn from the past and put all that energy that you waste on thinking about things in the past, focus all that energy onto creating an amazing future. And then just accept that life is 50-50. There's some things about your job that you really enjoy, and there's some things that you hate. No matter who you are or what job you do, you're always going to have things about your life that you don't like. The same thing goes for having more money, living somewhere else. Anything that you think is going to make your life totally different it's still going to be 50-50. And then the final thing is, the only thing that you can control in life is your thoughts or your response to a circumstance. So make your response as positive as possible, and if you can't be positive, just be accepting.